Here's our next adventure. This ship here. Going for a lovely harbour cruise. And of course there's a 100-person queue to get on, like everywhere else in England. That'd be us. Bye-bye. Adventure. And here we are, Navy divers providing some fun in the sun. Sitting right up the front. Bit of a queue, of course, like everything.
Land of queue.
Yeah. Bit of an ad hoc journey for us. Pass on the aquarium. Do this. This is for £10. This is cheap as chips.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do it? Note to people coming to Plymouth. Do this. 1 hour for £10. You can't really get better than that with your pants on. Yeah, we saw earlier looked like a destroyer, I think. It came in. There's a naval base to the west of here, so out of the bay, round to the west is what is it? Devonport. Naval base Devonport. So yeah, a destroyer pulled in this morning. We chased it. We chased it up past the fort here to catch it, going round the other side. Got up there, it's gone. It's like it disappeared. That's the Marines barracks up there. So that's still active barracks apparently. Right on the head there. There's another piece over there, same as yesterday, and the fake wall up there to fool the Germans in the war. The Germans bombed that wall up on the headland there. Right at the end, bombed that instead of bombing the actual barracks, which is over here. Anyway, we'll wait for this boat to take off, and then get you some views from out on the water.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard the Plymouth Metro. My deckhands will be coming around to take any orders you require from the fully equipped bar. Hand gel is available for passengers throughout. Please also leave in a orderly fashion. Just for about to leave, I must give you a brief safety announcement as required by the MCA, Maritime Coast Guard Agency. Please take note of all safety notices and docking instructions. Life jackets are stored in the seats in the saloon and in the boxes on the top deck. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please stay calm, seated, and take instructions from the crew or myself on the PA. And enjoy the cruise. We set sail today for where the Mayflower embarked on its epic voyage on the 6th of September 1620. And on this journey, the ship carried 102 passengers, first crew, all of them to start a new life on the other side of the Atlantic. The Mayflower set sail from Southampton in early 1620, alongside the smaller ship Speedwell. They were running late, and as they sailed down the English Channel, frustration grew as the speedwell was in poor condition. After dumping Dartmouth for repairs, it was over a week before they were ready to sail again. They sailed 300 miles beyond Land's End before it was clear the speedwell was not seaworthy and had turned back to Plymouth. Many abandoned the venture and returned home, leaving just the Mayflower to make the crossing. At 180 tons and a keel length of less than 60 feet and only 4.9 inches of outboard, the Mayflower was not a big ship. It was actually the same size as the vessel we're on today. During the pilgrim's stay in Plymouth, the locals had plenty of tales to tell them, as fishermen had long been crossing the Atlantic from Plymouth and fishing off Newfoundland. So the pilgrims would have learned much about their destination, and it was perhaps no accident that they ended up in Plymouth, New England, as it was thought to be suitable for the new community. It had in fact already been found and named Plymouth by the US Navy officer Captain John Smith some years earlier. The voyage to the New World was a miserable one. Westerly gales beginning to make the North Atlantic a very dangerous place for sailing, with huge waves constantly crashing against the ship top deck. The passengers were forced to spend a 60-day journey below deck in semi-darkness with little fresh air. Despite stormy weather and poor conditions, miraculously the only problem on board was seasickness. In fact, there was one berth and only one flight lost during the crossing. The crew finally spotted Cape Cod just as the sun rose on the night of November 1620. Tragically, half those on board died in the first winter in the US of an unknown disease. The remainers survived greatly, aided by the local Indians, who helped them on the wild game and fish, as well as showing them how to grow maize and beans. They also began to rear turkeys, and today this is the form of the basis of their Thanksgiving dinner, honoring that very first harvest in America. Looking to your right, you see a large fortification. This is the Royal Citadel. Built during the reign of King Charles II in 1660. It's built on the site of Drexel Fort. It's the largest fortification of its kind in the UK. If you were to walk the perimeter, you walk approximately 1 mile. The walls face the same direction, and in places the walls are up to 7 foot lead. Good emplacements. Temple is well supported to sea, as the Thermopylae supported the Polynesians during the Civil War instead of the king. Nowadays it's with the Royal Artillery. We are now entering into Plymouth South. The Mayflower will have set sail on its ferry route across Plymouth South, one of the finest natural harbours in the world. Ocean-going craft have been coming and going from here for over 3,000 years. Sailing has dominated activity in the South for years. Sir Francis Drake, the first Englishman to sail a ship around the world, and the first to sail up the west coast of America, started and ended the journey. Francis Drake, the first Englishman to sail single-handed around the world, also started and finished an incredible voyage in Plymouth. Looking back to your right, we have the boat, who is an Anglo-Saxon word for hot ground. On top of the whole stands a statue of Sir Francis Drake, said to be placed where he played his famous game of boat before setting sail on the game to manage the matter. On the 17th of June, 1579, he landed on the coast of California, facing the land of Cuba, Britain. The site of its landing is now a National Historic Landmark in the USA, known as Greenwich Bay. It is also a structure with a green ball on top. This is the name of the memorial honoring the dead of the Look about you breakwater. Built by Sir John Rennie and Joseph Whitby, work started on the breakwater in 1812 and was completed by 1841 with the help of some 30,000 French prisoners of war. 4 million tons of rock and rubber were used in the construction at a cost of £1.5 million. The breakwater is 20 wide at the top, 200 breakwater at the bottom, and is approximately 1 mile in length. As you can see, it's on the west end, and it's a live location on the east end, capable of taking up 17 names.
This island is over here, I reckon. The island on the left. I'm thinking prison.
1919 was
Find
the
out.
fifth year for Anglo-American ordination. And on the 28th of November, Virginia Fort Nancy Astor was elected to represent the city of Plymouth in the British Parliament, becoming the first woman to take her seat in the House of Commons. Nancy was blown up as a New Yorker, educated in Eton and Oxford, and was elected as the death of his father in 1980. He inherited the first Florida, and he sat as well as the maker of the popular, and during the Second World War served the city as Lord Mayor of the state rest. He gave generously to the local and on her death, Nancy Astor left her little house to the
Yeah, we
people.
saw a destroyer this morning coming here, and it disappeared before we could see it. It was around the other side of the headland. So maybe it went into this alcove here. But there's a naval base further ahead of us.
tide speed at this point, and the water is up to 30 meters in depth. The River Tamer is a dividing line between Devon and Plymouth, and it runs about 57 miles from Plymouth. So from now on, we'll have Plymouth for our left, Devon and Plymouth.
There you go. So we're in Devon. We're in Cornwall. We're in Devon. We're in Cornwall. We're in Devon. We will not rest until we see this destroyer. It disappeared so quick around. It has to be here somewhere. It looks. I don't think it is in here, but that looks very. There's definitely a naval base around. Whether it's that there or it's in there.
Buildings coming up on your right-hand side is the Royal William Yard. Designed by Sir John Lang, first started on the Royal William Yard in 1826, and was completed by 1830. Mayflower Marina. Very first marina to be built. And this is where the apple will reside, but no longer used. So for more development, the more luxury park. Looking to your right hand side, looking on top of that hillside, expedition to the South Pole, where he sadly died only 11 miles short of his last outpost.
Yeah.
Looking over to your right hand side of this large grassy bank is this wide. This area is amazing with the right puddles and bunkers, and was the communication center during the Second World War. The Millennium Statue was erected to mark the imminence of celebration.
There she is.
We are now approaching the Starlow Royal Naval Dockyard, which was founded in 1690 by King William III, or William of Orange. The start of the dockyard is signified by the big red on the quayside, which is taken from an old wooden warship called the Royal William. Not the original figure, but a full-size replica.
Ship A138. We'll have to look up which one that is later, unless this guy tells us, which he may.
we are now in the south yard of the dockyard. The last warship built and commissioned here was HMS Scylla in 1970. She was a Leander-class frigate. She's now sunk in Winston Bay as a dive attraction and a hard to reach.
Say Trafalgar. That's the ship that we saw this morning coming into the Sound. It's very quick.
We're now about to enter into the main part of the dockyard. This is one of the largest naval dockyards in Western Europe. There's 4 miles of waterfront, home to flight officer sea training, plus possibly shore. Moved here from Portland in 1995. They train Royal Navy and other navies of the world in basic and advanced operation training.
Tide Surge London. That is a big ship. Didn't look that big when we saw it before, but it's pretty massive. There's another, look at that, one way down there. Even bigger. How many, are they military ships down the back there? Like that one? It's like aircraft carrier. I don't know if that is a destroyer. I don't think it is. It doesn't seem to have any weapons. Maybe it's a refueling ship.
Over to our side, we have an RFA Tide class, UK arrival, most of the 17 here in the Royal Navy, which will also be able to develop world-class ships and submarines. In support of Britain's role in the Navy Holland. First of the Royal Fleet will distribute 2 Tide class ships entering the UK for the first time. The 39,000-ton tanker will join the Royal Fleet auxiliary, the civilian-manned fleet which provides support for warships, helps the Royal Navy maintain operations around the world. Tide class will carry up to 19,000 cubic meters of fuel, 1,300 cubic meters of fresh water. The new Tide class tankers will provide key support to the Queen Elizabeth-class carriers when they come into service, alongside the wider fleet. The Tide class has a flight deck able to accommodate the large ships helicopters and offers significant improvement with double hull and greater environmental protection measures. Looking over to your right-hand side, you'll see several docks. These were the very first accessible step-side docks in Europe. Designed by a man.
Alright, there it is there. It definitely
They were
comes
the
on
path
one we
of yards
saw.
with gates on the front, which are long gone
That's
now.
got,
It was included in you with the warship.
I don't think it's a
Shut the gates
destroyer though.
and pump the water in. Shift the dock into the shape of the hull of the boat to make her work
No,
on the
there it
boat
is.
very easily.
Straight ahead.
When they did eventually float these vessels back out, they would have floated over to their left-hand side, going over onto the mud flats. Wait for the tide to leave the boat. Then it would have tarred the bottom of the boat. That's how that place got its name, Tar Point. Over the years, it changed its name. Its name now is Port Point. On the over to your right-hand side, you can see a large building. During the 18th, 19th century, when the Navy was very different. Size 1 press tank. A group of men were employed to enlist men for speed into the services of the Army and Navy. Press tanks operated right in red buildings and pubs there. Steam packet was spawning. These pubs averaged drinks, get a bit worse for wear, but when they came out, would about a bang on the head. The next day, found themselves in their work Navy. Looking on the side of us, you can see several ferries. These are 4-point ferries. The first ferry to cross was in 1741. The first train and ferry to cross was in 1802, providing an important connection between Dublin and Cornwall. It doesn't cost anything to get into Cornwall, but it does cost £2 to get back out. Each ferry can carry up to 75 cars, and were built in 2004 in a Glasgow shipyard, at a cost of £5 million each.
I reckon this is well worth the £10 so far, isn't it?
Over to your right, you can see 3 large sheds. The frigate complex, built near England in the 70s and over $355. Each shed in the vessel with 47 languages. They shut the doors down and were on the vessels out of this place. Now looking over, you can see a Duke class Type 23 frigate. She's 4,900 tons. She can go a speed of 28 knots, have 185 crew, and on the stern carry a Wildcat Harbour helicopter. On the front you can see the old type 4.5-inch gun. This can fire to 14 bombs. The impact gun shaft armored to see the missile systems, and she has 4 fuel ships.
That's not the one we saw today. I reckon it's this one. So it had the big square.
Looking over to your right hand side, looking over the wall, looking into the base of that's coming up, you'll be able to see the tops of the submarine. It's a dust submarine complex. There are 12 submarines in that basin. They're all waiting to be commissioned for breaking up. But they can't touch these submarines for another 30 years. You have to wait for the reactors to cool down. You want to get rid of these submarines off.
You can see the
all of the
missile
submarines
on the
just
top
left
deck
building
there.
on the jetty. They're all in a straight line. One of
Gun on
these
the front,
submarines is the Conqueror. It's the
F263.
one that's something like Gravity. Gravity originally was an American vessel. The only vessel to survive Pearl Harbor. The American still didn't come on.
It's another tanker. Yeah, they're in there. So that's got to sit there for 30 years to be decommissioned. So that's a nuclear sub. God, it looks terrible. Yeah, there's two. One there, one there. So the speaker said that these submarines here are nuclear submarines that have to sit here for 30 years for their reactors to cool down. They're being decommissioned to build newer ones. There's one there, one more to the left. Then there's the whatever the destroyer. I think that's a destroyer.
Just coming up to our side, we have the Trafalgar class attack submarine. They were designed as Cold War warriors, but been adapted to the demands of the 21st century. Their primary role was to hunt and destroy any nuclear missile submarines, as well as surface ships. Fitted with the best sonar in the world, essentially their ears. The system is so sensitive, it can hear a vessel about 50 miles away. They're 4,500 tons. 5,200 tons when done. They're 85.4 meters in length, and they can do a speed of 30 knots when done. Have 130 crew, have spear-faced torpedoes, and tomahawk cruise missiles. They can stay underwater for 1 year. They make their own oxygen and water. They only need to come back into the armor here every 11 years for they're nuclear powered, but don't have no
Every 11
weapons.
years.
Then you can only see 1/3 of the vessel. Obviously, there's 2/3 of the vessel under the water. That's 3 decks under the water. Now there's none of the boats for all the men, so it's what they call hot bunking. As one man gets off, another man jumps into his bunk. Over to our side, we have a destroyer. This is a daring class at 45 destroyer. She's 7,350 tons. She's 152.4 meters in length. She can do speeds of 29 knots. On the front, you see the new updated 4.5 inch gun. This can hit a target 25 knots in a 1 meter radius. She's fitted with sea-flipper missile systems. She has 2 Vulcan phalanx guns. She carries a helicopter on her stern. She has 190 crew with a capacity for a further 235. Good day, ladies and gentlemen.
That seems to be the turnaround point.
We're at the bottom of the dockyard next. Let's turn us around and back on through. We're needing a little bit more piece of display, but there is a few points of interest and we'll point you to them back through. There's a bar downstairs in this one, and there's a serve with teas, coffees, light snacks, with something a little stronger from the funny little bar.
Of stuff. It's like 400 or 500 years ago, this was all here. All of these forts, everything was here 500 years ago.
Were also detained here. The White Star Line were keen to have statements taken from them before the press during this could access them. Local solicitor Harold Wolfenstein was the man charged to carry out the work, and the firm is still going strong here in Plymouth today. And then the American warship Augusta, which was also moored inside the breakwater. The president flew into RFA Harold Rear, an airport to the north of Plymouth, and was driven through the city block, mainly picked up by Liverpool and Catwater. He is thought to be the only American president today to have visited Plymouth.